Well, looks like they're really moving at a better pace with the investigation of Trump, really of Trump and the Russian involvement in our election, hacking our, I guess, our electric college. Um, just something I hope they fix. So, or if they don't want to, or either if we're gonna get hacked, we should go back to paper. And today, the Republicans let out their budget. I don't know why they have to do it in secret. I think that um everything has to be in secret. I think that's why their stuff doesn't work because um they really don't understand how the government is ran. And I don't think any Republican have to worry about if Trump backs them. I think if Trump's backing you, I think that's your worry. Because with this new budget coming out, it looks like Trump wants to punish, the poor because of him being investigated. The way he talked about, and I still got family, my mom and sister in New York, and I feel really saddened about the incident. 8 people lost their life. It's horrible, and it's a nightmare for the families, and I feel for them that they have to go through such a tragedy that I don't even understand why someone would do such a heinous act. What's the purpose? But because it doesn't stop the people from doing whatever harm this person, arranged person, thinks was done to them. And that's sort of like on the same thing. The Republicans been sneaking in the little room to do the budget because you know they have especially Trump. He's obligated. He's like I'm obligated to Biden or that Steve Banner. He got to do Steve Banner. You so they got to let this neo-Nazi not do his time. Sheriff down south. You know he couldn't inflict enough pain and suffering on a person that's locked up because he couldn't feel it. But as soon as it was going to happen to him, it was way too much, and he couldn't do the time for the crime he did. But he wanted to get more. You know what I'm saying? So really, these policemen and sheriff know that they're being cruel, and just because they can have people that work from that could care less how cruel you know they treat somebody else as long as it's not done to them. Anyway, this budget. Going back to the budget, it looks like all they want to do is cut off Social Security benefits, disability benefits, and to cut out welfare, food stamps, and Medicare. Eliminate it so they could give the rich a big tax break. Because, as we all know, corporations now have been said to be people, which they don't have any scientists, I guess, because there's a big difference between a living, breathing, reproducing, person, and meeting, and a company. So, um, I guess they say it can't reproduce because Anyway, I have to take my nighttime pills for my high blood pressure. Take with food. So that's my kale out of my yard. And just kale. Thought I had chicken left, but I didn't. A couple of bites. But so that's like the whole Republican thing is like I like this girl over here the other day. She's gonna say something about her niece is crazy because her niece didn't get whooped. I think she's like and also like I've seen her. I see the dog that she usually walks, and so I'm asking her. Her husband, where is she? Right. So I guess she thinks I want her husband because these women around here haven't met a woman that didn't want just a man that wanted a man looking at you or you talking to a man. They never had a platonic relationship. Well, anyway, but her niece is crazy because of her crack ass mother, her sister, and her brother. Her uncle's raping the girl. And even though she wasn't a child when it happened, he didn't like pimping her out after the rape. And then somehow like all like her kids, she lost her kids, but her kids, you don't know who the daddy are, but the guy that's been the father figure out ended up with the kids. So they want to fight everybody. Anytime somebody want to talk some or be on the defensive, they weren't fighting for her. They didn't help her, and there's a lot of people's families that are not really healthy people. A sick society. You can look at what happened this week in New York. The crazy, he's sick. As far as I'm concerned, and look in Vegas, his whole goddamn family's sick. They kill all those people, and they want to get rid of Medicare. They should be thinking about expanding it to cover more type of problems and intervening. Like you see all these people, and you can't tell me that girl ain't crazy because of rape and the bullying and what went on, what they did to her, what her people did to her. You can't tell me no difference because I know a mama, I know a grandma. I don't really know this sister over here. I know I know one thing. Um, you can't defend wrong and at the same time try to condemn wrong and see some, it's like, anyway, that's her crazy ass fucking family. And her husband, he looked like crack got the best of him 10 years ago. And he might be, I don't know where he was, in prison or jail, whatever he was. And she gonna say something about so and so messing with a married man is nasty. I'm like, yeah, they sure is nasty because wherever her husband was, she was messing with the guy down the street. And she didn't worry about if I was gonna mess with him. Which I didn't. I don't care about him. Don't care about her. And don't care about her damn husband. I mean, they live. She moved in with her mom. Like she's taking care of her mom. I think she got a second job now that her husband moved in. No, I'm not gonna have a man move in and I gotta go work 2 jobs. Kind of. And then when Trump gets done with this, Republicans get done with this budget, like like a pinch, you're supposed to be a religion, so whatever you do in the dark will come to the light. We have to, there's procedures, there's ways that we have things that are done in our government that's been done, and we're not going to unchange our procedures, so we could have this race. Oh, and I'm just sick. So I can't even do a video. I was like pretty sick of like what the Republicans are doing. They're doing they it's like they want to punish the American people so they can help the Russians. So they help and believe me, if you don't think the Chinese in a way they don't want to have any problems because they want us to keep buying stuff. And the reality is that we don't manufacture anything here, so we're gonna have to keep, in their mind, yeah, we can stumble for a minute and rechange stuff to our benefit, just stop, fix, change, but we'd have to start from the basic, from the roots, and as the way it is, even from our police department, uh, to our school districts, we're not geared to help the people, you know. You know what I'm saying? She can't help, like this lady over here, she can't help her crazy ass niece because they can't use the word rape, or they can't use say her brother is a crackhead rapist, you know. So even though he ain't allowed back over that house and he a thief and he's a lie too, you know. So and but they punish her. They don't arrested the girl for being crazy. I don't think they arrested. I know they didn't arrest her uncle for rape. So like really, the police is not doing anything. And her mom was a crackhead. She used the police all the time. I'm looking at the police. They really like her. They really believe her. All the crazy shit she do, all the fucking lies she do. They really believe her. I'm like, you know. She a businesswoman. She does she does contracts. For these places over here. Yeah, well, when you hire her, like I gotta say, they did a pretty good job with the house back in the way. But every time he bought new supplies, she's stealing them. So he had to buy them until they busted her son doing it. But anyway, so it looks like we got another crazy ass budget. If all they had to do was a budget that would have in mind the citizens of America, what was in the best interests of America, was in the best interest of the citizen, but it looks like Republicans got some hateful, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not in the best interest to sabotage the health care of American people. It's not in the best interest to eliminate health care. It's not in the best interest so that, for the insurance company to make a profit, why we go bankrupt if we get sick. It's not in the best interest to get rid of, programs like CHIP or, that, or I think that's what it called, where it's for children. We're not doing anything that, our school system, it's not in the best interests of our kids. I've been looking at, China and stuff like that, and black people going to China, black people going to Korea, black people, going over there, and the standard of living is better. Even though the money is worth less or whatever, it's better because you could actually afford to, you know, um, they got jobs. I'm not saying it's ideal, like run off over there, but like in some places they're very modern. They look very modern, more modern. They have excellent like transportation for the people in the way of, like, if you want to call it train, subway, loops, or whatever, or metro. That they have a good train system in the cities. Um, they have a lot of other problems. Pollution. Their justice system is, well, it's a lot safer over there too. Over here, it's not safe. I wouldn't recommend any Chinese person to come over here because the propaganda, how smart you are, and all this. White folks is real jealous. They've been killing Chinese people, and they might, and the reality is, like, the police or whatever here might want to say, oh, black on black crime, a black this and black that, when it's just we know that our jobs and our education has failed. The job market failed our people, and the education system failed our people. And um, like in New York, they are pedophile because like you know what I'm saying. Like, the Russians been attacking the kids, for a long time, and you know, and that's why Trump is saying the justice system is a joke because he's been able to skirt over it, but now he's in a different league. He's in a different level. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna punish the American people. Yeah, right. Okay, take away our health care. Take away our Social Security. And the thing is, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna take away our Social Security unless you stop taking it out of our paycheck. And that's not gonna put extra money in the book because, like you're saying, we got corporations that are supposed to be people. Corporations are supposed to be more important. Yeah, I think there's been some really, no, in a sense, yeah. Um, Corporations are not people, but in a sense, corporations are needed in America uh, to open a business here. You hear all this, these small mom and pop business. Yeah, the banks like that. So they suck your money out because you can't compete. It's like when I was looking at this thing with buying like stuff in China. And there's like 80 cents. You could buy like a pretty big stuffed animal. You're gonna be paying 15, $16 for here. For fucking 80 cents. The guy's talking about, oh, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not saying China them is better than the Americans. I don't give a fuck about no borders anyway. That's a bunch of war shit, bullshit, propaganda bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that it is so fucking obvious that they're living how it, it's so obvious that America has been sucked in by a few greedy, narcissistic people that, is continuing to punish the American citizen because of their criminal behavior. If you look at Trump and his people, they're all in bed with Russia. Their whole thing is to bring America down, crumble it. So how have they been doing it? They've been attacking the children. You can look what's her name, Betsy, whatever. She's over education. You can see her ideas to cause more harm. In China and these other places, their emphasis is on educating the kids. And the way they treat their kids is very nice. You know what I'm saying? Like here, the kids are gonna be eating like a bowl of milk and cereal. They got that stuff there too. You know what I'm saying? So you got your kids. The milk, it's got a lot of sugar in it, a lot of sugar and fat. The milk, mostly sugar and fat. The cereal, mostly sugar, starch. You know, so you got a lot of sugar there. So and they wonder why these kids are ADHD. I hear these teachers talking about their parents should teach them how to sit. You there for 8 hours? You're a teacher and you can't teach them how to fucking sit. You're so fucking hostile. You want to hit these? Never mind. This budget is some bullshit. It do more harm and more damage. And I think that you know you can see with Trump that's the superior race, white race, at Trump, and what the Republicans are doing, and it's all based on their thirsty, selfish wants, and, and it has nothing to do with running America or what the America society needs to continue. Has absolutely nothing to do with the Constitution. They could carry that motherfucker around all day long. If you can't comprehend it because you thinking of how to put more money in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's like nothing wrong with them getting rich, but why you want to deprive America of its next generation?